Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to take a look at adding double jump to our game. So, to do that, let's open up our script. So at the moment in player movement, we are using our Boolean to check whether or not our player is grounded. And then we're setting that to false when we jump. Right, and then setting it back to true when we are touching the floor. So this time what we're going to do, we're going to change our Boolean to an integer. All right, I'll leave it as public for now. So I'm going to create a public integer and I'm going to name it jump count. And for a default, I'm going to use a double jump. So I'm going to set it to 2. I'm going to go down to our if statement where we're checking if it is grounded. Instead of that, I'm going to check if jump count is greater than 0. And if it is, then we're going to let them jump. Now, each time we jump, we obviously want to be changing our variable jump count. So we get rid of is grounded and change that to jump count. All right, and we're going to set jump count to -1. So we're going to subtract 1 from jump count every time that we jump. All right, so our first jump, it will become 1. Our second jump, it will become 0. And we should be able to get a third jump in. All right, the last thing we need to do is we need to go down here where we've got our checking is grounded. All right, or if our player is touching the ground, and if they are, all right, we want to reset our jump count to 2. So let's save that. Jump back into our game. And we've got an error on line 15 once again. All right, so instead of using jump count -1, we're going to set jump count to equal jump count -1. Let's see if it likes that better. All right, seems happy with that, so we'll go ahead and press play. We'll select our player so we can see our public variable jump count. All right, we'll hit our up button, goes to 1. Yep, press it twice, it goes to 0. Now my player can't quite jump high enough at the moment to reach that second block platform. All right, and honestly, my up button is not working great at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it from fixed update in our code back to update. And I'm going to change it from 300. Let's add an extra 50 to that. So I'm going to set it to 350 in mine. You may need a larger or smaller number on yours, depending on how high you've made these platforms. And of course, alternatively, if I didn't want to change the force of my jump, I could simply make it a triple jump instead of a double jump. All right, that seems to be working a little bit better. Nearly made it up there. All right. Oh, I still can't quite get up. There we go. That worked a little bit better. All right, now you see I'm going to run out of a problem where I end up jumping off the screen. So to fix that, I'm going to do it the simple way of I'm going to grab my main camera and I'm going to attach it to my player. All right, so the main camera now is going to live underneath player. All right, and what that will simply do is that will mean that the camera is always going to follow the player. Now, if I leave the camera in its current position over here, the player is always going to end up in the bottom corner of the screen. I don't quite want that, so I'm going to select the main camera, and I'm going to change its positioning, right, on the X from 5 to 0, right, and I want it just to be a little bit lower, so instead of being 2.6, right, I'm going to set it to 2 like that, so he's just kind of not quite in the center of the screen, just a little bit below it. If we jump into play now, this camera should happily follow our player around. He should remain mostly in the middle of our scene. Right, that's much better. Alright, that's it for this little video, ladies and gents. Catch you in the next one.